Many people are wondering why Spencer Dinwiddie chose the Lakers over any other team, and we have the truth right here. And could Christian Wood have played a part in the recruitment of Spencer Dinwiddie? What's good, y'all, and welcome to another Lakers Digest video. I'm your host, Okechi Apakama, and before we get into everything of today's video, guys, I want to bring your attention to something. There is 88% of you guys who have recently watched our videos who are not subscribed to the channel just yet, and if you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker reactions, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest to make it your home for all of it. And now, with that out of the way, guys, let's hop straight into the topics of today's video, guys, as Spencer Dinwiddie's interesting contract. So, Spencer Dinwiddie recently just decided with the Los Angeles Lakers for the rest of the season, and he chose the Lakers over anybody else, and it was due in large part just with the way the contract situation worked for the Los Angeles Lakers, as they signed Gabe Vincent, who was their mid-level exception, to less than the mid-level, and that allowed the Lakers to have about $1.5 million to sign somebody in the buyout market, and that ended up being Spencer Dinwiddie. So they're going to pay him $1.5 million for the rest of the season, and then for the people who say that the Lakers are cheapskates, the Lakers are going to be paying a tax of $7 million due in part to signing Dinwiddie for the rest of the season, and then they could have saved about $15 million if they were to dump a player before the trade deadline for maybe draft picks or something else just to save some money there. But the Lakers, who are in the business of winning basketball games and know important how depth is, they kept their guys and even added to their depth. So they're doubling down on that, and they'll pay the tax. And as long as you reach that end goal and end results, that tax dollars is not really going to matter to the Los Angeles Lakers. And so that's a big reason why the Lakers were able to have more money than their other counterpart teams, because some of these other teams can probably average less than a little bit over $1 million. And then when you're able to give $1.5 million to a player who was recently waived, who you would lose like a little bit of money due to that. So the Lakers helping Dinwiddie out, giving him that $1.5 million, and then also there's a weird incentive also in his contract that if the Lakers were to win a championship, he does get incentivized on that, but it's just for $1, and I'm not even kidding, it really is for $1. So if the Lakers were to win the NBA championship, Spencer Dinwiddie will get a bonus of $1, and if you need some help, Spencer, I can send you $3 your way, because that's all I got in my wallet right now. So if Spencer Dinwiddie can use some extra cash, he probably doesn't need it from me, but I do find that interesting, that just the way that the tax works and just the weird NBA rules, like that's the biggest incentive that the Lakers can give out for something like that. But Spencer Dinwiddie also spoke about it today early at Lakers practice, and then he also said from choosing to sign with the Lakers over the Mavericks, they asked him, and then he said he gave an strange analogy, saying that let's say if you were a kid getting your butt whooped by a bully, and Dallas would have been like your mama, who would have been like, oh yeah, it's okay, baby, it's fine. And then he said he compared to the Lakers as like your dad, saying that like, oh nah, you better fight, you better go win. And that's kind of how he chose the Lakers over the Mavericks, by I guess using this strange analogy. But I think what Dinwiddie is trying to say here is that the Lakers kind of would give him that opportunity to fight back in some situations, as the Lakers are going to have some minutes available for Spencer Dinwiddie coming off the bench, and even playing alongside with their other guards, with D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reaves. And so this is going to give Dinwiddie an opportunity to be off the ball once again, because he's going to have all those guards there, and then also LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who are two-way stars that are very easy to play off of. And he remembers a little bit some of that because he used to play with Luka Doncic. So his catch and shoot opportunities are going to be up there, and then this is going to be an opportunity for him to really impact the Lakers in a winning way, and then not do it the easy route. So that's a little bit, but what I think he meant with picking up and fighting, just because you want to fight and win these battles. You want to be a person who is going to be in the fight, and also being able to take down any opponent that's in front of you over any challenge. And then the Lakers offered that interesting challenge, and that's part of the reason why I think he made his way over to the Los Angeles Lakers. But I also talked about a little about what Christian Wood might have had to do with it. And so Christian Wood's recruitment. So Christian Wood has been on the Lakers for a little bit, and then he's, if you don't know too much about him, he's definitely a little bit of a character. And then he said this on his social media page on Instagram, and then he said when the Lakers signed Spencer Dinwiddie, he said, "Oh, my recruitment worked. I should be a GM. Welcome to the show, gang." So that was a fun little thing that Christian Wood said right after the signing, and I think it was interesting that Christian Wood decided to interject just because, you know, he was a guy that played with him before in Dallas, and then also was a guy that I'm assuming that's been friends before. So he's known Spencer Dinwiddie for some time, and, you know, he really wanted the credit for being the reason why he chose the Los Angeles Lakers. Wow. Spencer Dinwiddie was asked about it earlier in practice, and then he said, according to the recruitment efforts of what Christian Wood said, and then he said, how the H are you going to give C Wood the credit? He's like, I'm giving the credit to Braun. And then he was laughing a little bit about that, and just thought it was funny that a lot of people were giving Christian Wood the credit over a guy like LeBron James, who has been known to be the main recruiter, you know, the GM, as some people like to call him in the social circles. So Spencer Dinwiddie wanted to give the credit where credit is due and not give it to Christian Wood, but give it to LeBron James, in fact, being the one guy to help recruit him and bring him over to this squad. Even though Christian Wood, besides his best efforts of, you know, doing what he can or doing his part, he's probably not the one to be looked at as to being the guy that helped to bring over Spencer Dinwiddie to the Los Angeles Lakers. But I thought it was a really funny thing. Spencer Dinwiddie seems like a very interesting and funny guy, according to that interview that he had earlier today in his first time for the Lakers practice. And then he should be ready to go for the Los Angeles Lakers in their first game tomorrow against the Detroit Pistons, and that'll be a home game at the Crypto.com arena. So we'll finally get to see what Dinwiddie looks with this team and how he's able to help in different ways, and if he's able to provide that shooting that the Lakers need, and then also that drivability, because out of all of their guards, most of them aren't really guys who can get all the way to the rim. Spencer Dinwiddie is somebody who's a little bit different, as he's a guy who can get a little bit to the rim. There's been a couple of highlights of him, you know, posterizing guys, so he's got a little bit of that ability in him. And then he also has a really nice floater game as well, so he can shoot that in between shot and then really help in those downhill drives. And then that's really going to be very important, especially when you are there's going to be double teams sent LeBron James and Anthony Davis's way, so you're going to have to be able to create in a lot of 4-on-3 situations. And I think this is a spot where Spencer Dinwiddie can really, really thrive for the Los Angeles Lakers, just because of that ability. And then when you're asking a guy of Spencer Dinwiddie's caliber to break down 4-on-3s or break down 3-on-2s, like, I think that makes the game a lot easier for a guy like him, because he's been at that position where he would have to break down the defense and being that main guy, especially over there in Brooklyn, where it was mostly just him and then Bridges, who was mostly the two guys who were tasked with breaking down the defense and getting their teammates open shots. Now he's got an easier task here for the Los Angeles Lakers, and then if he's able to defend as well, then he can help the Lakers on that side of the ball and maybe get himself some more minutes and more playing time. But we'll see how all of this comes down to it. As the Lakers play 2 games back-to-back. They'll play against the Detroit Pistons, and then they'll play against the Utah Jazz in Utah. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys comment down below, like, what do you think this Spencer Dinwiddie signing would do for us? Do you think we truly sabotage the Dallas Mavericks' shot at signing Spencer Dinwiddie, as them coming in and swooping in and really just taking that option away for the Dallas Mavericks? But they were able to get some deals done during the deadline, so I think in large part they'll be fine. But Mavericks fans can think otherwise. But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. I've been your host, Okechi Apakama for Lakers Digest, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.